Now, so what we're going to do today, real quickly, we're going to talk about two different things. We're going to briefly go over what it means for summary again, just so I can make sure you guys are still on, remembering all we did. And we're also going to talk about themes and main ideas. But however, the first thing I wanted to try and do, you're going to like this, I need someone's favorite movie. Raise your hand if you have a favorite movie. Let's go. Asher.
Lego Movie 2.
Lego Movie 2. Savannah.
Narnia.
Narnia, the first one? The Chronicle with the White Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe?
I know what that is. Sure.
Okay. I need now a number of sentences. How many sentences can I use? Someone raise their hand. 5 or under. Go ahead, Avery.
4.
4. Chronicles of Narnia. Summary in under 4 sentences.
Me?
No, I got it. I'll tell you. This is how I'm doing it. This is so you know that when you learn how to do summaries, you can just nail them out quickly. 4 kids go on a strange trip. They meet an evil queen. They fight together. And they save the world. I did that whole movie in 4 sentences.
Of Narnia. Wow.
So I need another movie that I've heard of. It has to be a movie I've heard of. I did not hear I never saw the Lego Movie. I'm sorry. That is my fault.
Are you seeing the first one?
No. I'm old though. I don't have kids. Who am I taking with me? All right. Let's go with Elias. What's your favorite movie?
Over the Hedge.
I have not seen that one either. It's gotta be something I've recognized. Cam.
Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Oh, okay. How many sentences now? I want someone to tell me. 5 or under. You can pick as many as you want. Let's go with Pete. 3 sentences.
Oh boy.
Ralph's friend gets bored. They go to the internet to fix their game. Ralph breaks everything but ends up saving the day. 3 sentences. All right, last one. Holden. Favorite movie? Something I probably have seen. Generally, younger kids' movie that I've not got all the way through. Jurassic World, first or second? Second one. All right, let's go ahead and get a random sentence challenger. Eli.
Favorite movie?
No, sentences. 5 or under, you can pick.
2.
2 sentences. Okay. Challenging, but I got this.
Make it like really long.
It's not going to be the longest sentences. I can do this. See, when you learn how to do a summary, it's really just rehashing the important details. So we did the first movie, right, Holden? The second movie? The park is in danger. Owen and his friends need to go save the animals. When they get there, bring the animals off. An evil corporation wants to take use the animals for the future, and bad things happen. 2 sentences.
I feel like that's like 4.
No, that was 2. I hold up 1 for 1. I can't put a period. I was using commas. All right. So you guys see what I did there? I created summaries of my movies using sentences you asked for.
Can you do 1? I was gonna say pixels.
Oh, I could try maybe, but we're not gonna do it right now. I'll save it for later. If we get through this quick and we have extra time, I'll let you guys do that once. All right?
Mr. Smith.
Here's what I want to do. We're gonna popcorn read this series of passage I got. It's called Left Out. You all see it?
Yeah.
You're all gonna get one. Eric, would you come grab one for you and Elias, please? We're gonna read it together like we did last time.
Mr. Smith.
Holden, would you pass one to Asher and keep one for yourself?
Mr. Smith.
Yes.
I was gonna say pixels.
I will tell you, that's a good question. Lily just asked me what popcorn reading is. That is when I ask someone different to read every time. So, pass one to the back. Ava behind you. Pass one to Hartley and then to Pete. Cam, pass one back to Kelsey, and then Kelsey pass one back to Joe, okay?
What about
Eli, pass one back to Kylie, who then passes one back to Avery, who then gives one to Savannah, who then gives one to Easton. And now, once I get everyone with it, raise your hand if you have your paper. Raise your hand if you have your paper so I can see. Who does not have one, who still needs one? There was 2 there.
I have one.
Okay? All right. Raise your hand if you have your paper so I can see, please. Perfect. Good. Who's going to be my first reader? Volunteer. Wow, look at all the awesome hands. Hartley, go ahead. I'll tell you when to stop. You read and I tell you when to stop, okay?
Trish was playing basketball with her brother outside when she saw a car pull up in Josie's driveway. Josie jumped out of the car, and Trish could hear a lot of voices laughing and saying goodbye to Josie. Trish stopped playing the basketball and watched as the car drove away, and Josie skipped to her front door.
Stop. Need someone else? Asher, go ahead. Just read until I tell you to stop.
Lilia.
We're at Trish can fill her body. In the first paragraph, right here. And the second to last sentence is right there.
Trish could feel her body started to get uncomfortably warm, and her eyes started to water. Hey, what's wrong? Danielle asked. Nothing. I don't want to play anymore.
New reader. Mara, new reader, please.
Trish stormed inside and slammed the door. She heard the door open again behind her, but she didn't turn around and went straight to her room. Trish could hear Daniel talking to her mom downstairs, but she didn't want to talk in.
New reader. Cam.
Where are we?
Ooh, someone wasn't following along. Right here. How could Josie?
Okay. How could Josie do that to me? Trish thought. I thought we were friends.
Keep going. I'll play when it's not.
Okay. She heard a knock at the door, but I ignored it. Her mom called through the door. Trish, are you okay? Trish ignored it and put her pillow over her head like earmuffs.
New reader. Savannah.
I'll be downstairs if you want to talk later. It's a good choice to calm yourself down first. Eventually, Trish calmed down and went to talk with her mom. Her mom always had some good ideas to help her. What's going on, Trish? Mom asked when Trish appeared in the living room. Trish took her seat.
New reader. Eli.
Huh?
Read.
Josie went somewhere with her friends and she didn't invite me, Trish said. Why wouldn't she invite me? That's not very nice. I thought we were friends.
One more sentence. Keep going.
Oh, honey, I'm sorry. I'd be pretty upset too if I was left out.
All right. New reader. Who have I not called on yet? Raise your hand if you have not been called on to make sure I know. Easton. And maybe Josie from the top sentence.
Maybe Josie, I knew that you would like what they were going to do. Mom suggested. Maybe Trish didn't sound convinced. Why don't you talk with Josie about it at school on Monday?
All right, Nate, read.
How much?
Just, I'll tell you when to stop.
I don't want to talk to her. I'm mad. I just want to ignore her. Well, sometimes ignoring another person is a good choice, but I don't think it's the right time for that solution. If you ignore her, how are you going to end herself in trouble?
New reader. Pete.
Not talking about it is just going to make it worse. And I might be you could lose your Josie as a friend. Your friend, Mom.
Keep going.
I still want Josie to be my friend, but talking about it is uncomfortable. I just want her to know what's wrong and say she's sorry.
Ollie, read next.
That might happen, but it might not. Josie might not realize that she did something else. So then she'll just get mad at you for ignoring her. I really think talking to her about how you feel is the best way to solve the problem.
All right, Lily, go.
Okay, Mom, I'll talk to her at school. Thanks, Trish said. Guess what? Trish's mom was right. Josie knew Trish didn't like snakes, and her and the other girl had gone to the zoo to see baby.
Hartley, finish us off.
Trish was glad she talked to Josie.
Okay, real quickly before we're going to do it, we're going to do it again. But this time, we're going to take detail sheets and we're going to fill them out together. Who was the whining? No whining.
Not me.
Bad whining. Anyway,
Lily.
do you know why we read that way? We read that way so everyone was paying attention. If I called on a new reader and it took them a long time to find it, that might have not been paying attention, listening as closely as they should have. So, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to pass out your detail sheets that are also going to talk about a crucial word called theme. If you know what theme is, please raise your hand for me. And not make funny faces to your friends. Kylie, what's a theme?
It's like the message of the story.
Message of the story. Easton, do you have a different definition for theme? Why don't you tell your partner right next to you what you think theme means?
Theme is the overall moral or lesson
All right, I've heard some good words. The one word I was looking for the most. Go ahead, Asher.
The lesson of the story.
Lesson. That's a great word. Holly, do you have one?
The heart of the story.
The heart. There's a word I'm still looking for that no one said.
Moral.
Moral. I love moral myself. Okay, I appreciate that. You agree. All those are great answers because like our summary stuff, what we're doing here, there is no wrong word for it. Themes are lessons. They're morals. They're what you take from the story that tell you, hey, you shouldn't have done this, you should be better with this one. So the next time when I read it, I want you to follow along and highlight details you think are important to the theme. Do you all get me? Okay, then when I'm done, I'm going to hand you out your detail sheet. We're going to agree on a theme together. We're going to write down our details, and we're going to see with a big share where we all stand at. I will be reading. Now it's time to grab your highlighters and pay really close attention to anything you think is important. You can underline, you can highlight, you can do whatever you want, but I want to see everyone paying attention, Mr. Easton, who is going to be using his highlighter. Go ahead, Asher. Oh, no, I'm going to do the reading. I'm going to read, you're going to highlight. We did reading together, this is my turn. So get your highlighters ready, get your ears on, get paying attention, ready to go. Trish was playing basketball with her brother outside when she saw a car pull up in Josie's driveway. Josie jumped out of the car, and Trish could hear a lot of voices laughing and saying goodbye to Josie. Trish stopped dribbling the basketball and watched as the car drove away, and Josie skipped to her front door. Trish could feel her body start to get uncomfortably warm, and her eyes started to water. Hey, what's wrong? Daniel asked. Nothing. I don't want to play anymore, Trish stormed inside and slammed the door. She heard the door open again behind her, but she didn't turn around and went straight to her room. Trish could hear Daniel talking to her mom downstairs, but she didn't want to talk to anyone. How could Josie do that to me, Trish thought. I thought we were friends. She heard a knock on the door, but ignored it. Her mom called through the door. Trish, are you okay? Trish ignored it and put her pillow over her head like earmuffs. I'll be downstairs if you want to talk later. It's a good choice to calm yourself down first. Eventually, Trish calmed down and went to talk with her mom. Her mom always had some good ideas to help her. What's going on, Trish? Mom asked when Trish appeared in the living room. Trish took a seat. Josie went somewhere with our friends and she didn't invite me, Trish said. Why wouldn't she invite me? That's not very nice. I thought we were friends. Oh, honey, I'm sorry. I'd be pretty upset too if I felt left out. Maybe Josie knew that you wouldn't like what they were going to do, Mom suggested. Maybe. Trish didn't sound convinced. Why don't you talk with Josie about it at school on Monday, Mom said. I don't want to talk to her. I'm mad. I'm just going to ignore her. Well, sometimes ignoring another person is a good choice, but I don't think this is the right time for that solution. If you ignore her, how are you ever going to solve the problem? Not talking about it is just going to make it worse and might mean you could lose Josie as a friend, replied Mom. I still want Josie to be my friend, but talking about it is uncomfortable. I just want her to know what's wrong and say she's sorry. That might happen, but it might not. Josie might not realize that she did something wrong, so then she'll just get mad at you for ignoring her. I really think talking to her about how you feel is the best way to solve the problem. Okay, Mom, I'll talk to her at school. Thanks, Trish said. And guess what? Trish's mom was right. Josie knew Trish didn't like snakes, and her and the other girls had gone to the zoo to see the new snake exhibit. Trish was glad she talked to Josie to solve the problem. I expect everyone should have highlighted a couple of details I thought were important to maybe the theme of the story. Key details, analyzing your text, or something that you find important. If you think it's important, highlight it. Because when we ask for the theme and the main idea, whatever you use to justify your choices is never wrong. If you think it's important to your theme, highlight it. I don't understand what you're mouthing at me, Savannah. What do you have something you want to say? Okay. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to hand out your supporting detail sheet, and I'm going to transfer to the document camera. I want all of you to stay where you're at, though, and keep working on your clipboards. Do you all understand? Mm-hmm. All right. Easton, quick question. Eric, come grab a detail sheet with the theme for you and Elias. Holden, for you and Asher. I'm sorry, that was my fault, buddy. Here, pass them along to that hand side. Yep. Start with Mira, work over to Easton, and get everyone in between. And we'll meet in the middle. One for behind you. Hartley, one for you, one for Pete. Oh, and one for Joe. Nate, one for you. Cam, one for you and one for Kelsey. Okay? Then one for Eli. I think Lily's moving around. Perfect. We got it? Raise your hand if you do not have a detail sheet for me. Raise your hand if you do not have one. You got yours, Lily?
Yeah.
Okay. Get back to your desk real quickly. I'm going to transfer the document camera. I expect everyone to still be following along because I'm going to keep asking questions. Stay on the carpet. Stay on the carpet. Stay right there so I can get everyone's responses. I'm getting better at this. I know I am.
I got someone to use for you.
There are so many buttons. Good call. Okay, so make sure on the very top that you do right at this very important line that says name. I want to make sure everyone has one. What's my name? Mr. Smith.
Jason.
Jason.
Jason is indeed my first name, but do I like to be called that? No. So I get this right. In the document camera having issues together. That's okay. Okay, so what was the topic of our story? Does anyone have an idea? Maybe turn and share with your partner real quickly what you think it could be. Anyone next to you, turn and share real quickly. Cam, share with me what you may think the topic of our story is.
Getting lost out.
Sometimes things will work out.
That's the
What
theme.
do you guys think about the topic we're sharing? All right, raise your hand if you have a good idea for a suggestion for the topic. Let's start with Lily. Go ahead. You forgot? Okay, let's go with Savannah.
Assume the best of people.
I like that. You can write that down. Let's get another suggestion too. Assume the best
People.
of people. That's a great one.
Yeah.
This is not the theme, though. This is also the topic of the story too. So let's pay attention to what we're doing. I'm going to zoom back in so you guys can see what I'm writing a little bit better.
Wait, could the topic be the theme?
Could the theme be the topic?
No, I'm going to say the topic being like what the actual story is about. Let's try this time. Avery, what do you think?
I'm just saying, can you write it like with like a darker pen or something? Because I can't see.
Yes. Good call.
Blurry. It's blurry, that's all.
It's super blurry.
Yeah, I think we need to have a light turned off. Let's see if this works. Assume the best
And then you use a light green.
of people. And I used a light green, but that was a really bad idea. Thank you, Savannah.
I cannot do that.
I gotta admit, I'm not an expert choosing all the pens yet. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that one right there.
Focus. Perfect. Well, there you go. I'm still gonna use this pen though because I love the color purple. Okay,
That's blue.
so let's go with the topic of the story. Could I maybe make a suggestion? Easton, go ahead.
Ask before you get mad.
Ask before you get mad. I'm gonna call the topic of our story though. Lily, do you have a topic idea?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Don't get mad at someone because you talk to them.
Well, who's familiar with the word topic? Who knows what topic means? Hartley, what does topic mean?
Like, what is going on?
The subject of the story, right? So we put the subject maybe being Trish and her friend being the topic. Nate, you can get one in.
Getting lost out and following it and working it out, because the topic is practically getting lost out, because you can see the topic in the title. Left out.
Okay. Let's throw that under main idea ideas. Who's got a main idea suggestion? And I'm going to ask you to maybe give me a detail when you have a main idea suggestion. I know we had a couple of good ones already said. Assume the best of people is also a really great main idea in addition to a topic. I've heard a couple ones said. Do we have any volunteers? Think about it. Look back at your paper. Look back at your details. This is where we're talking about theme. Main idea and theme. Hartley, go ahead.
Trish gets mad because she feels like she's left out when doesn't even know her.
Trish feels left out. Elias, you have any suggestions or anything? Make sure your hand was on up. Okay. Nate, go ahead. What do you got? Main idea, moral of the story, theme.
You can work that. You can't work things out if you don't even try.
Can you say it a little bit louder for me?
You can't work things out if you don't even try.
That's a great one. You can't work things out. Spell things properly, as I almost just did. Out if you don't try. What detail did you use to make that conclusion, Nate? You can read it out for me.
And on the front page.
Front page?
No, the back page.
Okay.
It says, if you ignore her, how are you ever going to solve the problem? Not talking about it is just going to make it worse. There might be and you'll lose just the other problem.
All right, so that's a great detail. If you ignore her, how are you going to solve the problem? Does anyone else have a good main idea or theme they'd like to try to suggest? If so, I can give you a hint on mine that I'm thinking of. How about treat your friends nicely? That's a good theme. No? Do you have a different one, Lily? You're shaking your head. You got a different one you want to give me? But you don't like mine. Okay, that's all right. Do I have a suggestion from someone? Anybody? Or are we kind of stuck on this part? Raise your hand if you're feeling kind of stuck about what you want to do. Like if you really don't know the theme and you're kind of stuck, raise your hand.
I'm stuck.
You're stuck? That is all right. So themes and morals. Asher, do you have one, or you just you're showing me you're stuck? Okay. So themes and morals. We're trying to find details that support this. So my detail of Trish feels left out. I could write that detail from that being Josie went somewhere with our friends and didn't invite me. And that's a great detail. Savannah, for your topic, assume the best of people. Do you have a good detail you want to use to support that?
No.
No? There is nothing wrong with that. You can say no. No is a very good answer.
Not really. I don't have anything I could find.
Okay. How about this right here?
Wait, I'm gonna find the article. Where is it? It kind of says.
You have one, Savannah? Go ahead.
Wait, just like citing evidence.
Anything you highlighted that you want to cite? Yes. Good job. Citing evidence. Great words.
It says on the back of the very first paragraph on the back page that she said her mom said maybe Josie knew you wouldn't like what they were going to do, and then it shows that Trish didn't sound convinced, and so like she didn't believe her, so she wasn't really assuming the best, and then it actually became true. Oof.
Oh, I'm sorry, Asher. Hey, go back to Eric. Eli, so you good? All right. All right, let's go for one last detail. Can I maybe suggest one?
Yeah.
Something I like about how we treat our friends. Trish didn't like snakes, and her and the other girls had gone to see the new snake exhibit. I like that detail at the very end. Yeah?
I was just gonna say you make a little error
Where?
on that the third one. Says maybe Josie didn't like what you were going to do.
Okay, should I have capitalized Josie?
No, it's
No,
Trish.
no, the kid
Yeah.
Trish didn't like what Josie.
Yeah, not
going
you.
to.
Maybe.
Okay. How about we do this then? Maybe Trish
Maybe
didn't like what Josie was going to do. Good correction. Very, very good correction. Trish didn't like snakes, and the other girls went to the zoo to see them. All right, let's go for one last detail. Do I have anyone who highlighted something they thought was important? Anyone who thought like this is a good detail I want to use to support my topic or my theme, my main idea, anything? No one highlighted any more details? All right, let's look for one together. Josie went somewhere with our friends and she didn't invite me. We did that one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you did. Detail number 2. Thank you. Good call. How about this one then? Here's a good way how we treat people. Sometimes ignoring another person is a good choice, but I don't think this is the right time for that solution. Hmm?
Where's my pencil? Oh, this is Cameron's.
Now here's an important part of moral for you to take away from this. Should you ever really ignore someone?
Your sister.
Sometimes.
Your sister?
Yeah.
What do you think, Holly?
What? It's supposed to say sometimes.
Okay. Okay.
You can't see. Like if it's your board.
Soon I'm done right now. I'll put it up there so you can see. Sometimes, yes, ignoring someone is not the best idea for a solution. Here. Perfect. Those were good details. Those really, really were. We identified important parts. What I'm trying to take away from this, what I personally thought, I think how we treat people means something. If you're not inviting someone, probably tell them why, right? Letting someone know, we're going to go do this, but we're not inviting you because we think you don't like the snakes. We're not inviting you because we may be busy. But always make an effort to tell someone like, hey, we're going to do this. Do you want to come? No? Okay. You guys get it? Raise your hands. Raise your hand with how you're feeling with this so far. Because we're going to go over this again in a couple days. I just want to know, raise your hand. Thumbs up if you're okay. Thumb in the middle if you are bleh. Thumb down if you want more work on it later. Thumb up, thumb middle. I don't see anyone down though, so that's important. Any downs back there? Elias, we got a down. That's okay. We'll work on that later. All right. Perfect job, guys. Good job identifying details. Here's what I'd like for you to do. Before we switch over to Spelling City, I would like for you to come and bring me your paper so I can collect it, then get your Chromebooks and get back on Spelling City.
Can you do read theory?
Can we do what?
Read theory?
Yes.
Okay, that's a good question. Thank you, Asher.
Yes, read theory.
Read theory is just fine. And if you want to say anything to the camera, now is the time because I'm going to cut it off.
So you can always give me your phone number.
Are that sheet still out? Any sheets still out?
I know where you live.
I see a few sheets still out. I should have them coming back into me.
Reverse greetings.
Wait, Avery.
The important thing is to identify the main detail.
Avery.
Yep. Okay, boys. Leave the, Nate. That's on the floor. That's on the floor. Nate, will you read the paper on the floor, whoever that is? Thank you, Harley. When I've asked for something, would I appreciate you doing it the first time so I don't have to come over here?
You want to write to the camera?